Welcome to the Cyber Brief Project. If this is your first time listening, I explore creative and unexpected cyber attack techniques. The goal is to understand how attackers think, what they choose to target, and how we, as defenders, can improve the way we see and respond to threats. Today we will take a closer look at one particular attack technique. We will break it down step by step, understand why it works, and consider what it means for defense. So let's get started with today's episode. Some of the most creative attacks in cybersecurity do not start with an exploit or a hidden vulnerability. They start with something legitimate and trusted, and they turn it into a weapon. This is exactly what the latest version of the Coyote banking trojan has done. Coyote has been active since at least 2024, primarily targeting users in Brazil. It is already known for stealing banking credentials through keylogging, capturing screenshots and placing fake overlays on top of financial login pages. But in its newest form, it has introduced a first for Windows malware. It is now abusing a Microsoft accessibility feature called UI automation. UI automation, sometimes shortened to UIA, is part of the Microsoft .NET framework. It is a tool designed for accessibility software, such as screen readers, which help visually impaired users navigate applications. Through UI automation, these tools can detect buttons, text fields, and other interface elements inside programs. The intention is to make the system easier to use. But unfortunately, the same capability also allows a malicious program to quietly read what is inside other applications without permission. Here is how Coyote uses it. The malware begins by calling a Windows function called getForegroundWindow, which identifies the application currently in use. If the title of that window matches one of the addresses on Coyote's hard-coded target list, which now includes 75 banks and cryptocurrency exchanges, the malware knows it has found a potential victim. If no match is found, Coyote does not stop. It uses UI automation to look deeper into the active application. It examines the child elements inside the window, such as browser tabs, the address bar, or any visible input fields. It reads these elements in the same way a screen reader would. But instead of helping a user, it compares them to its target list. This second check greatly increases the chances of detecting a banking or cryptocurrency site, even if the window title alone is not enough to identify it. The concept of using accessibility features in this way is not entirely new. On Android, banking trojans have been abusing accessibility services for years to capture credentials and monitor user actions. What makes this case stand out is that the technique has now moved into the Windows ecosystem, and not as a research exercise, but as an active threat in the wild. Akamai demonstrated the risk of UI automation misuse back in December 2024, showing it could be used to steal credentials or execute code. Coyote has now taken that idea and operationalized it. The advantage for the attacker is clear. Without UI automation, extracting detailed information from another program is a complex task that requires deep knowledge of the specific application's design. With UI automation, the process is simplified. The malware gains a trusted pathway into the interface of other applications, and it can operate whether it is online or offline. This makes it harder for defenders to block using only network monitoring. The key takeaway is this. Accessibility features are powerful because they are designed to bypass normal barriers between applications. They are trusted because they help people. But that trust can be abused. Coyote's new variant is proof that attackers will not hesitate to take advantage of these capabilities if it helps them reach sensitive data. For defenders, this is a reminder to look beyond obvious malware activity. Not every threat will rely on a suspicious file or a network anomaly. Some will hide in the very features we rarely question, using legitimate tools in illegitimate ways. The defenders who see these possibilities in advance will be the ones best prepared to stop them. I'm sharing these techniques to help defenders think more clearly about how attackers really operate. If this raised a new perspective for you, consider subscribing and sharing it with someone who would value the same. Thank you for listening.